Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge medium after-hours outdoor wall sconce. This is going to be the 307860. So let's get into it, shall we? The height of this fixture overall is 20 inches up. There's one size smaller than this. You should check that out too. And there's two more larger than this. You check those out too. Anyway, 20 inches tall. 5 inches wide. Projection from the wall out to you is going to be 5 inches. Back plate, which is really important because when you cut your block, if you're going to be putting this into siding like clapboard or shingles, you're going to need to know this. This is 5 inches wide, 15 inches tall. Normally people are going to cut their blocks just a little bit wider than that to make it all work. And your contractor will tell you all about that. So moving on from there, mounting height, which is going to be the center of the electrical outlet box to the bottom of this fixture, is going to be 9.8 inches. So keep that in mind too when you're trying to figure out where to place this on your building or your house. A great way for you to see the inside of this is over on the right hand side of the page. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, for this, under that pull down menu it says choose your finish. Do me a favor. There's a hyperlink. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Click on that for me. It's going to show you how this whole backplate works, how it fits onto this, how the socket is set up inside, how the glass goes in, a complete parts list. It's a great way for you to see inside of this fixture and learn more about it. So check that out. Let's move into what this is going to be using inside. This is going to be using a GU10 MR16 reflector. So if you want to go halogen, which you can do, it's going to be maxing out at 35 watts because of the heat generated by that halogen bulb. But they also make these swanky LEDs, LEDs for this too. So GU10 is going to be these two little prongs on the top, and you'll see a little picture of it next to me. And this is a reflector. And remember when we were kids and we used to have flashlights that looked like this way back in the day? So that pushes a lot of light out. So what happens is this is going to be pushing light up into the fixture, heavy glow on the bottom, and it'll just gradate as it goes up the sconce. That's kind of the idea for this. So all that said, and there's no limit as far as what you can put in for an LED. Your limit is going to be just the size of the bulb. That's it. So it's still going to be a GU10 MR16 reflector, and that's what this guy is. So, but getting into how much light this puts out. So this does, if you stick with this GU10 bulb, this is really a beautiful glowing fixture. It doesn't project a ton of light going straight out, and the reason for that is because the light is pointing up in this. This does come as a custom with a Title 24, California Title 24, which we'll talk about in a second, a bipin setup. What that is it going to be a fluorescent bipin that's inside of this. And actually, I want to check on that since we're both here right now. So 307860. I want to look more into that. Hold on a second. 307860. Kind of bear with me. Yeah, so, okay, so for the California Title 24 compliant means if you guys are building a new house or renovating a house in California and you're pulling permits, or you're doing a LEED certified building in the United States, which is going to be kind of the same idea, like super energy efficient, they're going to come out and check that you aren't putting something that could be an incandescent in there. We have something for you guys, and that's going to be fluorescent lamping. It's going to be 2 G11, 24 watt twin tube electronic ballast. So what that is these kind of, I'll put a picture of it next to me, it's a fluorescent tube basically. It's non-dimmable, and even though these are dimmable, remember that, so not many people want to dim their outdoor lighting, but who knows. But anyway, so if you guys need a ton of light to come out of this, if you're going to be searching for your dog way out there, so this fluorescent version will do the trick. And we actually had the bigger version of this in our showroom with the fluorescent in it. It was so bright that I actually had to put it on display and kind of turn it around so people wouldn't be staring at it as they walked through the showroom because it was so bright. But that's a good problem to have if you guys need a ton of light coming off, especially if you're doing commercial applications. So just something to think about. Or if you're going to be putting these like flanking your garage doors and you want a ton of light going on into the yard, that's your man. But it gives you these opportunities to do both of these setups. So just contact me if you're looking for that fluorescent version, and I'll kind of walk you through that and we'll do it together. Okay? So moving on from there, let's talk about what these are made out of. If you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they only use aircraft-grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting. The reason for that is because this holds up better than anything else in the world out there as far as materials go for extreme weather. They also have developed these baked epoxy powder coats that kind of go over the entire things. Those are the new coastal finishes we're going to talk about in a second, and they're oven baked. And they're the reason that Hubbardton Forge offers a limited lifetime warranty for residential use. You can see that on our website. You can see it on their website on the very bottom of the front page if you want to go look at that. Really important if you guys are doing outdoor lighting. You want these things to last, especially if you're paying a lot of money for them. And Hubbardton Forge knows they will, and that's why they offer this warranty. Now let's talk about the finishes that you can get. On the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs, there's a finishes help guide. Give that a click for me. There's going to be a video at the top. Skip it. It's not about this. Go way down to the bottom, and you're going to see this chart. And the chart's going to say New Outdoor Coastal Finishes. So check those out. Those are going to be the ones that you can pick for this that are really beautiful, and they will keep you in warranty. So there you go. Glass on this is going to be our opal glass, which is just our regular white glass. You're not going to be able to see through it. It'll project a lot of light out, and it acts as just a diffuser so you don't see any of these socket setups, much like a lot of glass you've seen most of your life. So there you go. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures, including this one on display. You can see what's on display in the left-hand side of your screen in the red tabs. There's a What's on Display page. Click on that. 350 fixtures is a ton of stuff, and even Hubbardton uses this as their showroom. They have no showroom, believe it or not, so they just send you here. So in addition to that, we have a clearance center here, and our clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. You have to come here to use it. It's returns, discontinued stuff, and showroom samples, but it's a great thing when you're here. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern if you need me. 802-446-2400. You can email us at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. And we spell out that word Vermont, so remember that when you're emailing. Our actually, get out from the showroom for a second. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont, and there's no restocking fees. So if you guys have to send these back, you've got 90 days to do it, which is like a long time, and nobody else does that. Some big items do not come back. We'll always tell you about that on the page beforehand, before you guys buy them. And other than that, we have a rush program. Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. We don't stock anything. Nobody stocks anything. It all comes from the forge. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get out of there because there's so much always in production. We can cut that time in half. It's very inexpensive, especially if you're doing multiple things because it's per line item. So if you're doing like 2, 3, 4 of exactly these sconces, it's really cheap. Just contact me about that and I can walk you through it. Other than that, I think that is all we need to talk about today. So check out the other sconces. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for stopping in today. Bye-bye.